The creator of the satirical Shit Towns of New Zealand Facebook page has gone into hiding after receiving almost 20 death threats in the past 2 years. It's the Facebook page that promises to keep viewers abreast of everything shit in Aotearoa, from the shitropolis of Auckland to the bubbling shitpit of Rotorua. The page promises to tell readers the best places not to go on a New Zealand holiday.
Hi everyone, just found this lovely little town. It's called Cromwell.
But the humour has been lost on some, with one of the page's authors forced to hide his identity because of concerns for his safety.
There have been some people that haven't taken the joke the way we would have intended, and we received quite a few death threats, particularly from Cromwell, weirdly enough.
Seriously, death threats?
Yeah, very violent death threats. I think we've had 15, 20, somewhere around that mark. People threatening to stab our eyes, throw us off a bridge, that sort of thing.
What was it about Cromwell that created such antipathy?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. It seems like people in the Mistake by the Lake seem to have very thin skin. I think there's one Mexican restaurant owner there that wants to fight me in the main street. To be honest, it was one of our more mild takedowns, and they just seem to have gone right off the deep end.
Mistake by the Lake?
Yeah, that's our little name for Cromwell around here. Obviously, it was flooded in the 1960s to create the dam. They didn't really go far enough, I don't think. They probably could have flooded the whole place and we all would have been better off.
The creator insists he's a proud New Zealander and that most people in most of the towns on the page do see the funny side of his humour.
By far and away, the majority of the response we get is positive. It's mostly people suggesting that we do a town either near them or where they live. People will look forward to our takedowns in a lot of cases. I grew up in a small town, one of the ones we've actually covered on the site. Yeah, I think if you live in a small town, you can't take yourself too serious and you've got to be able to have a laugh at yourself.
So what are his top 5 shittiest towns in the country?
Obviously Cromwell would be in the top 5. I think Rotorua would have to be in there as well. It's probably the only place where smelling like a toilet is a tourist attraction. Oamaru is another of our top 5. They're basically just an economically depressed shithole in fancy dress. Patararu is probably another one. They seem to exist just to make Tokoroa feel better about themselves. And probably the last one would be Huntly, which is really a quintessential shit town of New Zealand. It's basically just a Decker sign where people wind the windows up and drive through as fast as they can to get out of there, really.
The satirist says he visits and extensively researches every town or city that features on his page. Next up, top of the South Island. Picton, Blenheim and Nelson, be warned.